Hey, what's up, everybody, and welcome to a new episode of Tainted and Tempted Podcast, hosted by Asia. I hope everyone had a great week and is ready for this new episode that I have for today. So I have a special guest here with me today. I'm going to let him introduce himself, and we're going to jump right into it for the topic that I have for today's podcast. So I have...
My name is Sunraw.
Okay. How you doing, Sunraw?
I'm good.
Yes, his birthday is tomorrow.
Well, tonight at 12.
Tonight at 12, same thing. But yes, it's tomorrow at 12. Yes. So today I want to talk about a topic. And I want to talk about this whole Trey Reed situation. You know, to give a little background on it. Today's show, I want to talk about Trey Reed, a 20-year-old student at Delta University whose body was found hanging from a tree in Mississippi on September 5th, 2025. The investigators are saying there are no broken bones or injuries or signs of physical assault. Authorities say no evidence so far of foul play, meaning they don't believe at this stage that his death resulted from a violent attack. The family is asking for a full and independent autopsy to get more clarity. They want answers about what led to his death, including reviewing security footage. Colin Kaepernick is paying for an independent autopsy. The police are saying it was a suicide, and the family is not buying that. This is a terrible case. This is a terrible situation that went down. A young man was just hanged from a tree. I don't think he killed himself. They're trying to rule it and say it was a suicide. I don't think it was a suicide at all. I think somebody did this to him. You know, and when it comes down to black news, we never get justice. It's always got ruled as suicide. Look what happened to Kanika Jenkins. Look what happened to Shaquilla Robinson. You know, all these people that had to die, nobody knows what happened to them. So what do you feel about that, Sunraw?
Well, for one, Mississippi has been known for decades as a very racist state since like slavery. So lots of, traumatic and terrifying things has happened there for years. Like,
yes.
Look at Emmett Till.
Yes.
For example, that was like one of the worst ones.
It was.
In Mississippi.
It was.
Like he supposedly whistled at her, and then they kidnapped him in the middle of the night, beat him, cut his eye out, and then shot him in the head and threw him in the water. So it's always been like a thing of like black people in Mississippi, like really, like all over the USA, really, but Mississippi is like really, known for like
the lynching of black people. Yeah, it's sad, and this is happening all the time. I feel like this is another senseless murder that's happening in the black community. And it's wrong. So do you believe the autopsy report that they have now? Do you believe it?
They already did one.
Yeah, they already did it, and they said they ruling it as a suicide.
Well, that's the thing. So if they can't, like, it depends, like, on what they find, really. Like, so if they find, like, markings on him, like if he was beaten or somebody, because they'll find all that. They have the technology now.
Yeah, they can.
Like, you can find stuff from under people's nails and all that, like, from if they were trying to fight back or anything like that. But the thing about that is, when it comes to a person hanging themselves, it's only like certain ways you could do it. Like if you do it yourself, there's certain ways you could do it, because for one, to me it seems like he was murdered. Yeah. Because
somebody did that. Somebody put him up there.
Yeah, like if you hang yourself, he'd have to tie the rope
exactly
and everything up. Then he'd have to jump off he'd have to find the perfect tree to do it from for one. Because you gotta have certain type of height and stuff to jump off. That's for one. So that, and also it's like it was cameras too, so
that's another
how did
thing.
No one see
none of that, and it's cameras. This is a cover up. They're trying to cover it up because they don't want the university to go down for this murder. They don't want nothing bad to happen, so they're trying their best to cover it up, because it's millions of cameras. Campuses, college campuses, they have cameras. Where is the cameras?
There's no footage at all?
No, I haven't heard anything of them saying that they found footage of somebody doing this, foul play or anything. I haven't heard nothing. And I heard that Colin Kaepernick wants to do an independent investigation and autopsy because he doesn't trust them.
Was there footage of him, like, the night before.
No, they don't have no footage. I don't know. Wow. I don't know about the footage of them having any footage or anything like that. No, I'm not hearing that.
So one thing I can think of is the university itself is covering it
up. They're covering up.
They know exactly who possibly killed him. And because look at the other, the Kanika
Jenkins, yeah.
She was on camera too, wandering around. It was a hotel, right?
Yeah, she was in a hotel.
Yeah, she was with her friends. Then next thing you know, they find her in the freezer.
In the freezer, halfway naked, her clothes halfway off.
Yeah.
You know, they covered that up too. And there was millions of cameras there. How y'all couldn't find out what happened to this girl?
Yeah.
You know, same thing with Shaquella Robinson, the one that went to Mexico with her friends, and her friends killed her. You know, it was a lot of footage of that too. You know, oh my God, there's another census act in the black community. I don't understand, like, just when it comes to our community, it's always deaths. You know, like, and we never get justice for it. Every death that we have in the black community is always a suicide. Something happened. You know, like, come on. So do you think they will really find out what happened with this individual autopsy?
Well, they can. They really can.
Okay.
But it depends on, like, who really, like, gets involved. Like, for example, a bunch of celebrities just start coming out. Because this happens every time. A bunch of celebrities come out, like, oh, then, you know, they'll possibly pay more and more attention to it because, you know, other people are talking about it. But if just, you know, some people's like, oh, this, you know, this person was hung or they committed suicide or whatever, I feel like it'd be less attention to it. It really needs, like, that's another thing where, like, the when you talk about the black community, like, when stuff happens to us, I feel like us as a race, we don't really, like,
justify it. Yeah,
like, the proper attention to it.
You know? We don't. And sometimes, like, we get into it, but then when it gets too toxic, we back away. You know, like, we into it. Because the thing with Kanika Jenkins, people were going hard for that case. I remember they was showing all the videos. They was saying this. They was trying to, it was even videos of her in the room with her friends partying. They was showing those videos. They was showing all different types of videos. And then all of a sudden, when they started talking about the hotel covered it up, everybody backed away. It was like nobody wanted to be in it no more, you know. And I feel like the more we could have been going harder for her case, we could have got justice. And that's the same thing with Trey Reed, you know. The more we go hard about this, the more we could find justice on what happened to this kid, because something bad happened.
Well, that's another thing too, the cover-up scandals. Because this is a guy named Zach TV, I think I was telling you earlier. He wanted to investigate her. He's from Chicago. And he was trying to investigate her, and he was saying that he was almost close to really figuring out what was happening. And he came up, you know, dead. Yeah.
Wow.
So that's another thing when it comes to us as a community.
Yeah.
Like, when we do care, and we start being like, okay, what happened with this person and that person, and what happened with this? Lots of people don't want to talk because, you know, everybody wants to keep things like, oh, this is not
because every time a black person comes to the light about anything, what happens? Murdered, assassination, somebody's being killed. We could never speak up on black news, black culture, black justice. We could never talk about real black things. It's always somebody after us, you know, and it's been like that since the beginning of the time. You know, a black person can never speak up about anything because it's like, boop, 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 you're down. We're going to get you, you know? Yeah. So do you feel that we should know what happened right away? Do you feel like we should know right away what happened because they have cameras?
Yeah, I feel like we should know, like, everything. Because like, for example, Charlie Kirk, look at when he died, they instantly went out and, well, they didn't really, the father really snitched on him. But it was, like, when it comes to, like, white people or anything happening to, like, you know, one of them is instantly, okay, what happened? Where's the cameras? Call the police, the FBI, this person. Let's figure out what happened. And they do 10 autopsies on their body to see, you know, they missed anything. And review camera footage and all types of stuff to figure out what went wrong and who could have, you know, had a grudge against them or anything like that. But with us, it's just, oh, yeah, you know,
it's a suicide.
He died.
It wasn't that serious. Yeah. he's a black guy.
Yeah.
Let's throw it under the rug.
Yeah.
It's not that serious.
Yeah.
You know, and that's how it's always been with our news from the beginning of time.
Yeah.
Beginning of time. This is real. Our news is not really publicized like that, and it's a sad thing, you know. And it's millions of cameras. I just don't understand. I feel like they have the evidence right there. They should have the evidence right then and there. Same thing with all these killings with Kaniko, with Shanquilla. They have the information right there. Did you see the video where her friends beating her up in the room? Yeah. Like, come on. That's right there. Footage right there showing you what they was doing to that girl. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So
another thing too, you can see, I'm sorry. Mm-hmm. Another thing too, if he did kill himself, I'm pretty sure they would have camera footage of this man with a rope.
Exactly. Going to the campus in the tree.
Because that takes some time to do that.
To do it yourself.
You don't just appear at the tree and just do.
Yeah.
And then jump and you're just dead. Like, you got to really sit there, tie the rope. They would have a whole bunch of camera footage. Like, where's the footage of him doing this?
Exactly. Like, they don't have no footage.
And then recently they just found another girl in the, like, bodies.
Oh, we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about that. So I want to discuss, before we get off this topic about this young man that died. Mm-hmm. I want to talk about Kendrick Johnson, the boy that was killed in his school as well in Georgia, and they found him wrapped up in the mat. Mm-hmm. And then, you know, I want to talk about that. Kendrick Johnson, a black high school athlete, was found dead and rolled up in a gym mat at a high school in Georgia on January 11th, 2013. Investigators ruled his death as an accident, stating that he got stuck while reaching for a sneaker and suffocated. His family believes it was a cover-up. Now, this is exactly the same thing. Black news. What is going on? Cover up. It didn't get resolved. You know, it's just.
Well, that right there is a full lie. Like, if you go on Twitter, like, lots of stuff. If you go on Twitter and just go through the feeds, people will tell you what actually happened. For one, there's no way he can get stuck
in the
under there because his organs were gone.
Yes,
his organs were missing. There's no way you got, like. That's ridiculous. That's like if you get stuck under the couch and they find you. Like, okay, his eyeballs and fingers is gone. Like, how? What was he doing to a point where he lost his organs?
Exactly.
From getting stuck. Like, there's no way that could happen to you. Really, what supposedly happened,
what you heard? It's okay. Go ahead.
Was the I believe it was one of his teammates killed him.
Yes.
On the basketball team.
Because about a girl. Yeah.
And his father was part of the CIA or something like that. And he helped him by removing his organs and stuff. So when they did the autopsy or whatever, I guess I don't really know the full story. I gotta watch it again, but that's a full-on cover-up because there's no way you end up stuck under the bleachers.
I know.
And your organs are gone.
Oh my God. They did him so dirty. And then I seen
the autopsy picture. It didn't. That his whole body didn't look like he got stuck.
Sad, devastating. Look what they do to black people. You know, and I feel like people just feel like they could hurt black people or do anything to us because they feel like we don't stand up for ourselves. You know, we don't stand up for ourselves. Nothing's going to happen. If I kill this black girl or I kill this black man, nobody's going to find out.
Well, really how I feel about that is no one's really taking the proper action towards what we should be doing. Like when, for example, George Floyd. When George Floyd was killed,
yes,
what did everybody do?
Yeah.
Black Lives Matter.
Black Lives Matter, yeah.
Everybody started going out and protesting like we do every single time. Like every time something happens, it's a protest and people start breaking into their own stores in their own neighborhoods and robbing their own stores and all this stuff. Like for example, the what was it called? The Rodney King when he got beat up in California.
He got killed, yeah.
The same thing. I mean, lots of people died back then, but it's still the same thing happened. Everybody started protesting and going out and destroying the neighborhood and stuff. Like, what is that really doing
for
to
us?
Fix
Yeah,
that matter?
Nothing.
Even the George Floyd, it was the same thing. Every time, like it's like that's another thing about black people too. Oh, they killed such and such. Let's go outside and break in the stores. This is the time. Like, it's the perfect time to do it. I guess it's our opportunity. They can't stop us. Like, our first go-to is crime. Like, we could do crime because they killed somebody, and if they do anything else, it's gonna make them look bad. So let's just take advantage of this. It's like basically like black people taking advantage of the situation that someone else died, instead of actually trying to figure out how to better the situation. Even the lady supposedly behind the Black Lives Matter movement, she supposedly took the money and was buying houses and all types of stuff.
Oh, really?
With the money. You can look it up. It was all over the line. She was basically taking the money. She bought herself a house. I forgot what else she did, but it was lots of stuff. People were like, "What are you doing with the money? Like, what's going on?" Like, she was doing all types of stuff. Like, just,
wow.
Yeah, she started a whole GoFundMe, I believe, right?
Wow.
Like, I gotta look back into it, but it's just like
it's just we don't know what to do. I feel like sometimes we get so mad, and we get so hurt that crime is the first thing we run to. We don't know what else to run to. Well, we need to run to ourselves, and we need to know that we can stand up and we can really look what happened with George Floyd. We started a whole movement, Black Lives Matter. You know, we started that whole thing for him. You know, and we got justice. Them people went down for what they did. You know, so it's just, oh man, it's so sad. It's just sad. I'm just tired of our people being killed. I'm tired of turning on the news, something bad is happening to us. You know, it's just, it never stops.
Well, that's another thing too. Like, it's different. Like, for example, this is just an example. Like, if, say, the police killed another black person again, and this time instead of robbing stores, everybody goes out and starts killing the police and just random, like, white people, whatever they start doing, that will result, I believe, in like a race war, most likely.
Right.
Because it's like, when you think about it, lots of stuff that we could do as a community or just a race, it'd be really hard to do it.
It would.
Definitely now, because, like, for example, look at you look at the 60s, Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, and everybody, and what they were doing. They were all being assassinated.
Yeah.
Like, Martin Luther King and Malcolm X both had different views of how they should handle things. Martin Luther King was more like, oh, we could get along and we could
be together. Yeah.
He did get the them to sign the thing, but really, what did that do? It didn't really, like, it did something, but it's still things happening to this day of people being hung or murdered. Nobody knows what's going on. And everybody's doing crime.
Yeah.
Malcolm X, on the other hand,
wanted us to fight back.
Yeah, he wanted full.
Yeah.
Like, he actually believed in the full on what's it called? Segregation. Like, he believed we shouldn't be around them at all. Like, we should have our own stuff and be far away from them as possible. Like, they can help us, but really we shouldn't deal with them at all.
Yeah.
Like, that was his mentality. And if they do something to us, kill them.
Yeah.
Like, fight back, do something. Like, so it's just different opposing views of what we should do. But still, at the end of the day, even if you use both those views, it will still, because, like, from, like, slavery itself, it will still result in carnage and, like, deaths.
It would.
Because, you know, like, look what happened at the White House when they were running into the White House. None of the white people were dying. And then I believe it was a lady that got shot in her car while she was driving by or something like that. And it's just like,
yeah,
like, the stuff that would happen, like, if we really retaliated, is they would take that as an opportunity to shoot us.
Yeah, they would.
So
they would.
At the end of the day, it's still like we really have to sit there and, like, what could we do to, you know, better things.
Yeah. And, you know, Martin Luther King and Malcolm X were some strong leaders. They were some strong leaders. We need that back again. We need powerful people to be like that again. But what happens? We had Nipsey Hussle. Nipsey Hussle was just about to drop a movie about Dr. Sebi, and look what happened to him. They took him out. You know, every time somebody black wants to start waking up the youth and getting us into the spiritual awakenings and everything like that, boop, they get killed. It's like they just, you know what it is? Because black people make up the most money. We know we buy the most clubs. We get in the clubs the most. Buy the bottles. We buy the latest fashion, the weaves, everything. Black people make up all that. Imagine if we really start funding into some real shit.
Well, actually, we already did that.
No.
Yes, we did.
Not like that.
No.
It's still people that's funded in all these things.
No. We used to have all our
Black
own
Wall
towns
Street.
and all
I know
that,
about that.
but they were
But I'm
destroyed.
talking about now.
I don't believe that can happen now. It can, but it would have to be a community of just black people that are about that. It can't be just everyone in there.
Because they brainwashing us on the media. They brainwash us with all these celebrities shaking their asses. They try to tell us that's the way to be. They got all these BBLs. They got all this stuff. They don't want us to wake up. They don't want us to get into our spirituality. They don't want us to get into ourselves. They don't want us to grow up. They want us to stay stuck because black people make up the most money. We do.
That's why Kanye was talking about the Jews, because that's another thing. The Jews run the music industry. They run lots of stuff, so they're promoting that to us.
Yes.
That's what he was talking
They don't
about.
want us to wake up. They want us to stay stupid and be in the matrix. Da 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 da. They don't want us to wake up, because they get the most
profitable.
Yeah, we are. We are.
All every music
everything.
genre we made, from rock to almost like every music genre, unless it's like something like Spanish music, something like that, different. But every other music we made it. We the first ones to do it, so we're the most profitable.
We are. That's why they keeping us stuck. It's sad. It's sad. But I'm awoke. I'm not stupid. I'm not being caught up in the matrix. I was at one point. I was caught up in the matrix. Everybody was, at one point. But I'm awoke. I'm not caught up in that no more. I know what's real, and I know what's reality, and I know what's real life.
Another thing too is with black people is their interest in the topic of waking up, and like somebody could come out and be like, yeah, we gotta do this and that, da, da, da. Like for example, Tupac. I don't know if you ever listened to Tupac's when he came out with his first album.
What you know about Tupac? Nah, let me stop.
I know a lot about Tupac. When he came out with his first albums, he was more about revolutionary.
Yes.
Talking about the police and the government.
Yes.
Because his mother's a Black
and
Panther.
Illuminati too.
But really, he wasn't really getting the attention that he got until he went to California and then got down with Death Row and started getting in his baller stuff. That's when everybody was like, oh, he Tupac, this and that. Like, us as a race, we really only care about, like, stuff that, like when people was like, we gotta
convenient
do this and that.
shit.
Yeah, like more like
fast track. We don't like to work hard.
Yeah.
That's why our people, which is African, we are African. They call us lazy. They call Americans lazy because we want the fast track. We don't want to work hard. We don't want to go to school. We don't want to put that time in. We don't want to invest. That's why when Africans come here, or Indians or whatever, they come here, they go to school and they look at us like we're lazy because they got all this free school, they got all this free things, and they don't want to go into it.
It's from being here from all this time, from generations, because the generations, like, for example, after slavery, lots of black people knew how to farm, build houses, all types of stuff, and take care of themselves. I mean, someone was poor and they had to live in all types of messed up conditions and all that, but we knew how to do way more. That's why it was lots of places like Black Wall Street and all that, because we knew how to do things for ourselves. But over time, and also from having to move from like the South and all that and come to the North and live in cities and all that, I feel like we lost all of that and became more comfortable with living and
getting off checks, Medicaid, welfare. Because there's a lot of people that's on welfare, Medicaid, food stamps. Like I feel like it should be a certain time that you're on food stamps, because a lot of people need the help, but a lot of people, it's taking up the system. And it's like, it's so much things they want you to do now just to get food stamps. It's horrible.
There's a lot of white people on food stamps too.
Yeah, it is. All right. So last thing I want to talk about before we end this podcast off, I want to discuss the body that was found in a Tesla. The body that was found on September 8th, 2025 in an impounded Tesla in a tow yard in Hollywood. The owner of the car name is D4VD, and a singer who became popular via TikTok and his songs like Romantic Hollywood. The body was identified as Celeste Rivera's, a 15-year-old girl who had been reported missing since 2024 from California. She was found inside a bag placed in the front trunk of the Tesla. The cause of death is still being determined by the medical examiner. It's not clear how or when the body ended up in the car. No one has been officially accused or charged yet, but D4VD is cooperating with the investigation. This is crazy, right? How you got a girl's body in your car? What the hell? Do you believe he has something to do with this killing?
Yes.
That's an obvious question, right? Yes.
Because how, like, it's like somebody dies and they're just in your car and it's just like,
crazy.
Like, you just, like, it's nothing really you could say at that point. Like, it's your Tesla. What is she in a bag in your car for? Did you give somebody the car?
Wow.
Like, what's happening? Like,
and the fans are reacting. They are saying a lot of things. This artist, what was her name? Kali Uchis. She pulled her song from him. They had a song together. She pulled her song. She said, "I'm not working with him no more after what happened." Mm-hmm. After she found, they found that girl in his car. Mm-hmm. Like, she pulled her feature with him. Like, I would have did the same thing if I was working with him, because I don't want to be labeled with anything that he did, you know, because what the heck? Mm-hmm. They even saying something about they had matching tattoos or something like that. The tattoos were the same.
Yeah, he's been supposedly dating her since she was like 12 or something, I seen.
Oh,
like,
my God.
He was like 18 years old. So he's been supposedly with her for like some years.
Wow.
And I don't know. I think I seen something where like he got her pregnant and he had to, like, for some reason, lots of men have been doing that. Like, I don't know if you've seen anything from before where another guy was molesting like his stepdaughter or his niece or something. And he got her pregnant and then they found her in an abandoned house.
Wow.
So that does feel like he got rid of her because he got her pregnant. And he's like, oh no, like, they're gonna find out because she has to go to the hospital and they're gonna be like,
right,
who's the father? So it makes sense, you know, that he killed her.
Wow. Men are crazy.
Yeah. Men
are crazy. They retaliate. They go off of so much anger and they just charge at you, right? Mm-hmm. Oh my God. Yeah. Man, this is crazy. Well, what can we learn from this situation? We could learn that don't date young girls.
That entertainers are king, and, like, for example, R. Kelly. Mm-hmm. Lots of entertainers abuse their power of being
he's
an entertainer.
Yeah. Like, he did a lot of things too.
Yeah, like, there's so many people that's been accused of doing stuff in scandals. So it's not hard to believe that he, you know. Mm-hmm. But then again, that's like killing her was like possibly like one of the worst things you could do, because now your career
is over.
Fully over. Like, you had money, like, you know, I'm not trying to condone it, but,
I
like,
know
if you gonna do that, if you have money, hide her or something. What are you doing? Like,
not even find somebody new.
Yeah,
if she
like,
broke your heart,
like,
or she probably decided she didn't want to be with him anymore, whatever the case would have been.
Yeah,
he could have found another girl. That's life goes on,
like,
you know.
He's still a pedophile and all
yeah,
that,
he is. But like, life goes on.
Ooh, like, you thought killing her and nobody was gonna find out? Like, she's in your car,
and she's been missing for a whole year now.
Yeah, like, he put her in the car, like, out of all places. Like,
he wasn't thinking. He wasn't. Oh my God, this is horrible.
Like,
this industry is going crazy. There's a lot of people killing each other. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of people doing, and there's a lot of these stars dying off of overdose. They taking a lot. Look what happened to Lil Nas X. His story, you know, he was out.
Yeah, I seen that.
You know, they talking about he doing some things now. He bugged out too.
Yeah, he was in the street stripping and
singing
and all types.
He
of
bugged
stuff.
out too. He was taking some drugs. He was doing something.
Nah, listen, all I'm gonna say, that was some good stuff, because there's no way. I ain't never seen nobody go outside in their drawers. The first video was him in his drawers, pause, walking around singing, and the next video he just got boots. I think he had boots on. If I'm correct, I think he was either bare feet or he was in his boots.
Something I forgot.
But in the next video, he was just butt naked, still singing. I think they put him in mental asylum.
Yeah.
Yeah, like these people are crazy. Like,
yeah.
And then the crazy part, you just said he's cooperating with the police. Obviously, it's nothing
he has
you
to.
Could
it's
do.
nothing he can do. He has to cooperate.
You killed her. Now you sitting here like you done. First of all, you're a pedophile. You done had her supposedly got her pregnant. That's the only thing I can think of. Because why would you kill her? You a grown man. Like if you get into an argument, well, that another thing he could have been scared that she was gonna expose him. Like because
it could have been a lot of things.
Types of different scenarios and things. But at the end of the day, she lost her life, and his career is over. Like he looks like everybody's just like, oh. Yep.
Well, thank you so much for being a part of my podcast, Sun Raw.
It's no problem.
Yes, and I hope you have a great birthday tomorrow.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. All right, everyone. So thank you for tuning into my new episode of Tainted and Tempted Podcast. If you can follow me, stop what you're doing right now and subscribe down below. Add me on my Instagram, which is Tainted and Tempted _TV. My Facebook, which is Tainted 2_Tempted Podcast. If you like what you see, like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.